Okay, thank you, Dr. Sisi. It is, at the beginning, it is our pleasure to accept your invitation and to allow us to join this session of recording and your platform. For me, my name is Samy Saadawi. I'm Egyptian and I working in animal production sector almost 17 years. Sometime in Egypt and in Middle East and in Africa, and the last 3 years working here in China during my study doctoral degree in ruminant nutrition at China's Academy of Agricultural Science. During that time we did research and experiment here in China. In addition, cooperation project with some leading dairy company here in China like Ostasia or Oya Moshang. It is one of the leading and the best company here, integrated company in China. And after graduation last year, I have a chance to join La Chance Group to be in charge of ruminant technical service for the whole company. As you know, La Chance Group is a group company or is a mother company, and it has 3 subsidiaries company. Each company is manufacture and produce different kind of feed additives to support animal production sector globally, not only in China but across the world. This is in short time. For the animal industry and animal production sector, this is not only my career. Currently it is my career, but at the beginning, if you return back 30 years ago and more than 30 years ago, this is our passion. Okay, because at the beginning my father has owned dairy farm in 1980. He has a small farm around 100 Holstein dairy cows. That cow is imported from Germany and Netherlands, okay, by government of Egypt as a part of a large project to expand and introduce pure breed for milk production and also for beef production in the next stage. So in that time my father has owned his dairy farm, about 50 cows Holstein. This is the mother to produce animal, and the other remaining about 40 or 50. This is for young stock to be used later to expand and make expansion for our project. If you look at that farm currently, so this is just a small farm, but if you return 4 years ago, it is a big farm, because in that time only a few company is being started or even not started. If you look at the mega company and the international company across the world, and even here in China or in Middle East, most of that company started their business as the mid of 1980 or as the beginning of 1990. Okay, as example for Al-Mara'i and Nadik in Saudi Arabia. And if you look here in China for large dairy company like Manio and Yili, they started also their business in 1980 and later, especially for Manio, they started later in 1990. So this is in that time. For us, this is make me interesting to take it more and to improve our knowledge and our information in each details, how to manage dairy company, how to manage your sector, how to get more information and to able to produce high quality food and high quality meat to make our society and our country more safe. This is in that time, and currently our role to responsible and to manage this issue here in globally. Okay, so this is the main responsibility, not only to produce the food but high quality food to assist the people in the world. This is just apply for this question, this point. My father takes the decision to end this business approximately around 1999. because in that time my father and he would like to focus more for our family and for my brother and my sister, to allow us focus in education and teaching, because in that time all our family, my sister and the brother, all in different level in education. So my father preferred to invest more in our education and later, so each one can able to start his own business in the future. Okay, so this is in my planning now, and for my brother, they already has their own business in pharmacist. For my experience, I started as a beginning, and then to grow up my experience and to improve my skills, to be reached to the senior management level, to be in the top management level, and to be in managing director, to be in the head, and to be able to design and to manage the whole organization, and to put the strategy and to design the outline and the development for the organization. As a beginning, when I started, I study animal production at Faculty of Agriculture at Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt. Al-Azhar University, it is the biggest university in the world. Okay, not only in Egypt, but it has other branch also in Sudan and in Malaysia. Okay, and the branch also in Gaza, Palestine. So I studied animal production, and I like to study animal production so I can able to get more knowledge and more science and theory behind the food production. And I graduated in 2005. After 2005, I planned and I prefer to go directly to the industry. That is mean to go to dairy farming and animal production sectors. I started in Delta Masr company. This is one of the largest integrated dairy company in Egypt. When I said integrated, because that companies have their own dairy farm and beef farm, and they have also they planted crops to feed their animal, like grass, like corn silage, okay, and alfalfa hay also inside that city. In addition, they have their own feed milk process, so they make the processing of the milk to produce various milk product like yogurt, like pasteurized milk, and other milk products. Okay, so this means they integrated, and also they manufacture their own feed milk. I started in that time, I just as a junior, and then to get more experience in that company. When someone joins the teamwork as a fresh, so the first step to give them a training, and then to take it a rotation in the whole company. That is mean in animal production there are different department and sector, like automatic milking and young calf, veterinary, reproductive, okay, nutrition and the feeding sector. So in that time I started junior in automatic milking parlor. So I worked and deal with the milking and the milking process and the COP and how to produce high quality milk, how to manage the cow, and how to deal with your team, and how to prevent the cow to get in mastitis, because mastitis is a common disease caused the cow during the milking, and it affect a negative effect the production and the quality of milk also, and affect a long-term longevity of the animal. So in that time I started as a beginning as a milking supervisor, start sometime and then rotate to next stage to the feeding and the feeding process and the manufacture to deal with the whole project. There are different kind of feed and ration in dairy farming, more than 10 each categories and group of animal. They have a specific diet from milking animal, calving animal, pre-calving animal, dry cows, heifers, young stock, and weaning and suckling. So each group they feed different kind of feed. And after that, when I get experience in automatic milking parlor and in feeding, so I promoted to be assistant to farm manager, to in that time to be responsible to manage about 2,000 milking cows. This is only one farm. In that time, the company has 4 farms. Each farm they have their own facilities and the teamwork. And later I promoted to be a farm manager, to responsible to manage all the dairy company. Later after that, in 2011, I get an opportunity to work abroad in Sudan in Kotrang company. Kotrang, it is the second largest dairy farming in Sudan. Sudan, it is located in south of Egypt. In that time, I'm interested to work in rotary automatic parlor. In that time, in 2011, this is the first rotary automatic parlor to be installed in Middle East. So I'm interested to working in that system, in that advanced system. This is very, very advanced system. Now it is a common. And many companies in the world, they have now rotary parlor. It is like a circle. The cow enters the cycle in one side and then take a return and then go out in the next side. During this tower, it lasted about 10 up to 12 minutes. The cow, the milking is started and performed during that time. When the cow finishes the rotate time, so it can able to finish the whole milking process and the milking step. Rotary, it is produced by Laval company in Swedish. This is also one of the famous and oldest company produce management system and all accessories to manage the dairy farm. I get a lot of experience in that project, and this is make me forward to go ahead and more skills in the front of dairy industry, in addition to management, in addition to focus more in nutrition. In that time, I'm working as assistant to dairy manager, to the whole manager, and responsible to manage the nutrition and the feeding issues. That is mean nutritionist. That project also is an integrated project. They have dairy farm. They planted crops like corn silage, like alfalfa, like sorghum, and the other also crops to be used as animal feed. And they have also milk factory. So they process the milk and produce also various milk products to cover Sudan country. So as I said, in that project, I'm working as assistant general manager and nutritionist to manage the whole issue, and manager in that time who is responsible in the whole company operation, dairy farm and land planting area, and also milk process. That is mean in that time I responsible to manage the dairy farming in all aspect and in all operation. That farm, they have around 2,000 milking cow in addition to the young stock, and also after that they plan to expand to produce beef cows. Okay. The feed cost is cheap, especially in Sudan, because most of feed and the crops is already planted in our own land. So that means the cost to be lower, and this is assist us to improve and to increase the capacity and to produce high quality product for milk and for meat to support food security in Sudan. And in the future, the company also they have planning to expand across Africa and in Gulf countries. I worked in that company, and after that, I plan to improve my skills. In that time, I just have only bachelor, and to get your skills, you need to read more and to participate in conference and to go to webinar. So I plan to focus more in nutrition. And why nutrition? Because nutrition is the key of dairy project and the key success. If you want the project to be success, and if you want to be able to manage well and to control your project, so it should to have knowledge in nutrition. For my personal opinion, it must to have a deep knowledge in nutrition. Okay, but if someone just wanted to be able to manage dairy project, okay, basic knowledge is enough. But if you want to more efficient and to able to control and to take the initiative, so it must to have a good knowledge and deep knowledge in nutrition, especially for dairy cow nutrition, because the integrated nutrition in dairy cows and the diversity, it is more complicated and is very, very important. So that is why this is to take us to the next step for my thinking and for my career. So I plan to study more and to study master of animal nutrition. So I returned to Egypt in that time, and I stayed in 2015 until 2018 to study master in ruminant nutrition at my mother University Al Azhar with my Professor Muhammad Lashid. But before I returned, I designed my work and my proposal, and I make my experiment for master degree in co-rank dairy project, and I use that experiment and this data to make my dissertation. Returned to Egypt in 2015, I'm responsible to manage Egyptian Food Bank. Egyptian Food Bank is a charity and a non-private organization. It is one also of the leading and top producer in Egypt. It is located in Cairo, Alexandria Desert Road, about 50 kilometers near to Alexandria. Okay, Alexandria is the second largest city in Egypt. In that project, we working with the teamwork, and we are making our own COP. And after some time, we get the approval for ISO 22,000. Okay. This is the ISO certificate, and this is the first dairy project in Egypt to get that certificate. That is to reflect the good management and the whole organization of the dairy farming and the whole organization. Okay. I completed in that time in 2018. I completed my master degree, and I got. And after that, I have planned to study abroad, doctoral degree. In that time, this is take me a long time of thinking to choose which university or which organization you would like to able to join, and which one you like to study there. I selected and I sorted first the top universities in animal production and in agriculture around the world. One of them is Chinese Academy of Agricultural Science and Chinese Agriculture University in Beijing. both of them. So I selected them and I try to contact with my professor, Professor Dingepampo. He is a well-known professor in ruminant nutrition in Chinese Academy of Agricultural Science at Institute of Animal Science in Beijing in Yuan Park. He accepted me to join his team. Other universities, I don't try to apply. I just selected Chinese Academy and my professor. And if someone asks me why you selected this in compare with other universities, even across the world and in Western, because Chinese Academy of Agricultural Science is one of the top research center across the world. It is a research center, not university. It is a research center. It is academic. Okay, that means they don't teach for undergraduate studies. They only accept postgraduate like master and doctoral and even postdoctoral studies. Focus mainly for research. It is one of the top research center across China. Focus mainly in agriculture and agriculture specialization in different departments. It is cover all sector in agriculture. That is one of the reasons why I try to join Chinese Academy of Agricultural Science, and also it is one of the top ranking in the world, not only in China. Okay, so that is why I try to join that large organization. Besides, it is academy organization. It is also the educational hand for Ministry of Agriculture of China, Ministry of Agriculture Mao. So it is the educational hand. That is mean they responsible to organize and design and development the work plan for Ministry of Agriculture and the government of China for the whole agriculture sector in all specialization, in animal, in crops, in all department. And also during that time, during the study, with cooperation with my professor, we participate in performing some project affiliated by Ministry of Agriculture, like the development of Hoa beef project. Hoa, it is a pure beef breed developed by China. So we are working in that project. The work started in 2019 to work in the whole plan and to put the whole design. And the execution is started in 2020 and is still currently also in beef farm located in Habla in north of Beijing. Okay, it is one of the large beef cattle farm in Habla province. My work focus in applied nutrition, especially in hot topic currently in the world for transition dairy cows, or it is named in Chinese Wei Shanxi Nainio. So it is one of the critical topic in dairy cattle nutrition across the world, in addition to other hot topic also. I make my research and I graduated last year in December in 2021, and after that I get a chance to join La Chance group. So this is just a brief details of my journey. Yeah. This is a good question. To answer this point, for my opinion, production in dairy industry across the world, we can divide this into 3 or 4 categories. Okay, the first one, the small, the family farm, and the small farm. Okay, and third, the medium farm, the medium commercial farm, and the last one, the mega farm or integrated farm. Okay, let us, so if we take this sorting and this distribution, so you can apply this across the world in any country in the world. Okay, but the ratio is different from country to another. Okay. As example, if we took the first one, the family farm, this is the small scales, the small scale dairy farming, that animal rearing in the farmer. So each farmer has 1 or 2 animal, or it may be 5 or 10 or even 20. Okay. So it's growing and take care of it and feeding and milking and send the milk to the cooperative. Okay, and then cooperative collects the milk and send it to the milking factory for processing, and then they give it back the price of the milk. Okay, so this is just for the family farm. Family farm is the same, is located here also in China and also in Western country in Europe, especially for Western Europe country like German, like Netherlands, like Great Britain, like French. So it's similar. Okay, and also Latin America. The second model is small farming. Small farming, we can say small farming start about from 20 cows, milking a cow, up to 50 cows, 70 cows, or 90 cows, or maximum 100 dairy cows. Okay, so this is also to manage by the family team, by the family member. So the husband and wife and child, so they are all working to serve and to take care of the animal from all aspects, feeding and milking and give medicine to the animal and take care of the baby and everything. From 100 up to 400 milking a cow, or even 500 milking a cow. So this is we can name this the medium scale dairy farm, or the medium scale commercial dairy farm. So this is become more specialized. That means it is need to have a good infrastructure. You have milking machine and infrastructure and the barn, and using some machine like tractor and the tools and the mixer to feed the animal, and you have also the teamwork. Okay, farming with this capacity about 500 milking cows, so you have about at least 20 employees to manage all operation of the farming, from management, veterinary and the health and the young stock, and to feed the animal and the milking animal, all sector. So now we become the farm to be more specialized. So each one in that case, he is responsible to doing a specific job, not any job, and the farm to become more specialized and more integrated. If we move next for the farm, contain 1,000 milking cows. Okay, so that means the total capacity around 2,000 milking cows. So the farm to become more bigger, to reach to about 5,000 or 10,000 milking cow. So the farm and the operation to become more specialized and to be even more complicated, because a lot of operation, many of people, and you have a large team, and you need to draw and to design and to manage the whole team and to make sure the whole work is performed according to the standard operating system, the COP in the dairy farm, from all aspects, from the health, from animal, from welfare, from maintenance, maintenance of machine, the parlor, the barn, the environment, to recycle, treatment of recycle of manure, producing gas and biogas and something. So this become more integrated. So this is the 4 divided section we can distributing the dairy farming across the world. If we say what is the common dairy sector, as example in Egypt or in China, so each country has the 4 systems, okay, but the rate is different. Here in China, as example, most of the dairy producer is affiliated, is owned by the small farmer. And at the same time also there are large and integrated farming, but how much they share and contribute from the total milk production by the country? The large integrated dairy farming, they produce a lot of milk and they can share about 40% or 50%. And the large integrated companies, they listed about in 10 or in 20 company maximum, okay, like as I said, Manu, like Ostesia, like Yili, like Uran. So it is just a 10 integrated company, but the company share about 40% of the whole milk production in China. This is just a brief example. And also as the same in Egypt. In Egypt also about 70% or 60% produced from the small farmer and the family farmer, and about 50% or 40% this is produced from commercial company. Commercial company is divided from medium and the large and integrated dairy farming. So this is a brief for the dairy farming and the system and the distribution of dairy farming in the world. It is not easy to answer this question only in one time, because this is not absolute, okay? This is different based in many criteria. As example, if I say what is the milk production produced per cow or per the herd, the average the herd, or the average of first lactation cow, or what's the average of the cow in which time, in the specific time of the year, in the winter or in the summer, or in the spring, okay? And what is the age of the cow, and what is the feed to the animal, because all this factor affect the cow. In addition to the management level and the skills of the teamwork. This is very, very important. This is very, very important, okay? So including to nutrition and the cow character and the environment, we included also the skills and the management, the farm management level, because this is affect. As example, if currently in Egypt we have farm produce the average 35 kilogram. This is the average of the whole herd. And some farms they produce 37 and 38, and the other farms they produce 40 and even more than 40 kilogram. This is the average of the whole herd. But if we take the average of the high milking cow, or the cow during the peak of milk, because the milk production cycle, it is like a curve. It started small and then increase sharply and then to reach to the peak and then start to linearly decrease until the end of lactation. During the peak of milk, this is the highest milk production. The average of milk production in that time for each cow, it should to be more than 40 kilogram and more than 45 kilograms. Okay, this is the average. But if you ask me what is the average for the peak milk production for the high managed dairy farm, so it should to be around 50 kilogram or even 55 kilogram. Okay, as example, last year in 2020 I running experiment in Ostesia dairy farm, in farm number 2 in Taiwan. Okay, in that time I working in the peak and the high milking cows. The average milk in that time, I remember 50 kilograms. 50 kilograms for each cow, and this is the average of the group of animals, the group of each barn, about 300 milking cow. All this group is located in one barn. So the average of 300 milking cow is about 50 kilogram milk per cow per day, and the days in milk in that time about 50 days in milk. That is mean that cow giving calf before 50 days, okay, or about 2 months they milking. They still produce milk since 2 months, okay. This is average, but this is not common. this is not common. Why this cow produce this milk and high quality milk? The main reason for production and the nutrition and the genetic, in addition to the well management, the high scaled managed dairy farm. If you compare with the other farming across in China or across the world, so maybe you can get the milk production lower. And I know this, and I'm sure, because during that time, here in China, I visited many farms, large dairy farm in China, like Medio, like Yuran, like other dairy farming here across in China. And before I came to China, I visited and I worked in various managing system across Middle East and Africa. So my point here to emphasize the priority and the importance of nutrition and the importance of genetics to provide the good environment for the animal, in addition to management level. For my personal opinion, management level is very, very important, and the people in the field, they understand this and they give attention and priority for this point. Yeah, for this point, as I became from the field, I came from the dairy farming, so I in close and in touch with the dairy farming and what they feeling and what is the problem they are faced. One of the big problem the dairy farming they faced the time around the calving, that is named the transition period, sometimes named also periparturient period, sometimes named perinatal period. In Chinese they say Wei Shanqi Nainyo. So that time about 1.5 months around the calving, 3 months, 3 weeks before calving and 3 weeks after calving. So in total about 1.5 months. This is the common, but sometimes they extended this time to be 2 months. 1 month before calving and 1 month after calving, but in the common 1.5 months. Because I came from the dairy farming, this is one of the big topic, and this is one of the big problem and one of the key success of the dairy farming. To make the dairy project more profit and more benefit, and to increase the income, and to improve the cow health and immunity, in addition to other benefit for the cow and for the project, you need to manage this area well and efficient. And how to manage this? You need to provide a good nutrition, a good dealing with the cow during that time, to provide welfare and environment, select the cow, take care of the welfare of the animal, and how to deal with the animal, the behavior of the animal, to minimize the stress of the animal. This is the main key factor to manage this period. If we collect this in total 100%, so nutrition share about 90% contribute the key success to manage the cow during the transition period. That is why I selected this topic, and I selected this area especially to doing my research and to study more and to get more close in dairy cow in this time. So I selected transition cow. And why I selected amino acid? Because one amino for nutritional solutions, there are many strategies to deal with that time. As example, to manipulate the diet, provide the nutrient requirement for the cow, improve forage, adding supplemental feed. One of this or all together, this is to assist to manage this time. As example for feed supplemental, there are many supplements you can add in that time to manipulate and to improve animal health during that time. One of this using a DCAR diet, dietary cation anion diet, to deal and to minimize the incidence of milk fever. The other option for supplemented to using a probiotic to provide yeast for the animal, as example. Sometime to provide also a probiotic, okay, and the prebiotic it is different, okay? Also to provide supplemental feed like vitamins and encapsulated vitamins like B-complex vitamins. B-complex vitamins contain about 9 vitamins. All it is located in B vitamin because it is very important for metabolism and dairy cows nutrition. It provide many of function to animals and also has a role to save pregnancy and to improve animal health and the fetus also, okay, the baby of the cow. So one of strategy to provide vitamin supplementation, especially in rumen protected form, not only vitamin, normal vitamin, but to provide encapsulation form like vitamin B complex, folic acid, niacin in protected form. To provide also micro mineral, okay, micro mineral like selenium encapsulated form also, and to provide sufficient amount of added vitamins, that vitamins soluble in vitamins. In addition to provide as example also for rumen protected fat, and the other solution to provide rumen protected amino acids, okay. For amino acids there are 10 different essential amino acids like methionine, like lysine, like arginine, but the global attention focus for the first two limiting amino acids, mainly for methionine and lysine. Some research also conducted now in other essential amino acids like arginine, like leucine, like isoleucine. So this is one of the main important nutritional strategies to deal with the transition period. So I selected supplementing amino acid to deal with that time. This is the first point. For my project, I try to make a comprehensive study. So when I design my project to cover large area around the transition period. So I started from transition period and the dry period and study the cow until calving and after calving until 5 months after calving. Besides this, I also studied the calf born from this cow that used in our study. So that is mean I extended our work to study the calf also, the female calf. I focus only in female calf born from the cows that used in our experiment and flew them until weaning, okay? And even in the farm, I follow up them after weaning, about 6 months later. So all this together, that is make a comprehensive study to evaluate the efficacy of feeding rumen protected amino acid to transition cow and to dairy cows and its effect in cow performance in all aspects, from production and fertility and the milk quality and the nitrogen excretion and the nitrogen utilization. In addition to calculate the economic profitability, I calculated income over feed cost to calculate and to stand about the return on investment and the financial profitability when using rumen protected amino acid in addition to other parameters I said. Besides this, we evaluated the performance of young female calf born from this cow in different aspects, from immunity, from growth performance, and the long term after weaning this calf. So this is to make a comprehensive study to evaluate the one of nutrition strategies to deal with the transition period, as this one of the hot topic and the key success to manage dairy farm. Because if you manage this area well, so you can make sure you will get more benefit and the cow will stay with you in the farm and produce a lot of milk with a good health, and you can get more milk in longer term and stay with you for longer time. Otherwise, any deficient in this time during the transition period, it will negatively affect the production of the cow and affect the health, and you can lose a lot of money because the loss of production, the loss of health, and the loss all this together, you lose your money. This is in case if the cow stay with you in the herd, but sometime and probably if the cow has a metabolic disorder during the transition period, probably will not stay in the herd and probably will leave the herd. Okay, so this is also is a money. And we are always looking at the dairy farming as a business project because this is finally is a business. Okay, even if we produce food for the human, but also this is a business. So that is mean we need to improve the income and to make the project more economic. So it can able to stay, okay, especially during this time because it's a high competition in food quality and many of regulation to manage the war. For my research, based in the result and the funding from our project, in addition to the previous project, balancing ration during the transition period and beyond the transition period, balancing for amino acid profile. This is lead to improve milk production and maximize profitability of the animal in different sides, from immunity and to decrease the health and to improve pregnancy of the cow also. This is in cow side. In addition to improve the income over feed cost. We published 3 papers. The first one focus in transition dairy cows, and this is study production and lactation efficiency. And the second paper evaluate the efficacy of amino acid food to mother cows in the effect of their newborn calf, female calf only, and this improves the immunity and the amount of antibodies IgG delivered from the mother to the cow and to their calf. So that is lead to improve the immunity and the amount of antibodies reached to the calf, and this is finally lead to improve the immunity of the calf, and later enhances the health and minimize the occurrence of disease like diarrhea, because this is one of the main problem occurred for young calf during the suckling and before weaning. For the last paper, this is study the effect during the peak of milk until 5 months after calving, and during that time we calculated the income over feed cost and economic profitability, and that paper is also just published in Volunteer of Animal Sciences. This is to be considered as the first paper to evaluate the effect of amino acid fed to transition cows and calculate the economic profitability. To our knowledge, no studies before calculated the economic profitability, just focus in production efficiency or fertility efficiency, but no calculated the economic efficiency in that side. That is mean in our study we try to make our study to be a comprehensive study to calculate the lactation efficiency, production, and to consider fertility and pregnancy, in addition to calculate the economic, because as I said, this is the economic project at the end. And all paper is published at Volunteer in Veterinary Science, and I will keep also the link, so if someone wanted to read more. This is in that time. Before I leave this question, we're using amino acid, and also at the same time a later experiment that just completed in Oya dairy farm, we're using Roman protected folic acid and the feed to the cow from our transition period, and we get a unique result that is lead to improve the conception rate and the fertility of dairy cow during that time when they feed rumen protected folic acid. And the folic acid is one of B complex vitamins. And the result of that experiment, we participated in ADSA annual meeting, is ongoing currently now in United States in Minnesota, in annual meeting of American Dairy Science Association, and we participated by an abstract, and is accepted and is now available in the website of ADSA 2020, and later also I will share you the link and the abstract. The main key of this experiment also I would like to mention before I leave this question. When we fed folic acid to dairy cows, we found that the folic acid concentration in the milk is improved. And this is one important research area for human nutrition. They try to improve the milk quality and to provide the folic acid to human to improve the immunity and the health for human and the child and for pregnant women. So in our study, we found that feeding rumen protected folic acid to dairy cow, so it can assist us produce milk rich in folic acid. So it can use this milk as a functional food. And this is one of the new approach in human nutrition and in human nutrition. So in animal nutrition, we are trying now to provide high quality milk and, if available, to provide nutritional milk. So it can be used as a functional food to support the human and the human being for different aspects. For China, this also is important and is a good question. China market and the China dairy industry become more advanced and become more development. And the leader here and the nutritionist and the research and scientists here in China, I'm impressive. They are working all together to improve dairy industry and to improve milk quality and the food produced from the animal, from milk and from meat, in addition to other animal produced food like aqua and poultry, so all together. As I said at the beginning of this session, we are working with our research center, Chinese Academy CAS, to develop and to execute one project who dealing to improve the quality and to produce more meat from a Chinese beef purebred, Hoa beef breed. This is originated in China, and this is developed by CEAS, by scientists in our institute, Institute of Animal Science of us. And also they develop other breed for poultry and for duck, Chinese Virginia raw, and for dairy cows also they originated and developed one Chinese pure cattle breed. It is similar like Simmental breed. This is one of the famous cattle produce milk, and also at the same time it is a pure breed. Also it can convert a lot of feed for meat production. Simmental, it is type. So the general trend in China, they focus currently to improve the production and to improve the quality of food. And they developed many strategies now in China. At the same time also, they focus to implement the new generation of dairy farming. So I focus in dairy farming, okay. Currently, the new approach to using the artificial intelligence and to implement this in dairy farming, in management of dairy farming, in the software to manage dairy farming, in machine, in tools, in nutrition, in software, in feeding nutrition software and the formula software. Okay, so to using the artificial intelligence to maximize the management, to improve the efficient, to make the farming more efficient and more environment friendly, because the regulation now also is strict. The new regulation of to decrease the greenhouse gas emission to the environment, to treat with the manure recycling, and to produce biogas from the dairy farming. All this topic become the new area and the new approach, and take more emphasis and more attention from the decision maker in industry, from researcher, scientist, dairy manager, nutritionist, all the people who in deal and in charge with this industry. And finally, to increase the income for producer, so to convert this finally as a GDP for the whole country. For me, when I joined La Chance, one of the interesting point, the development of bile acid. For me as a ruminant nutritionist, I never working in bile acid. I heard in bile acid before, and we know bile acid is just a molecules who assist in fat digestion. Okay, so this is only the main role, in addition to lipase enzyme. So he can work as emulsifier to make emulsification for fat to increase the surface area for fat. So later lipase can performing the digestion of fat. So bile acid can increase and maximize digestion efficiency of fat. So that is all in our mind that we know before. But when I heard that bile acid can manufacture and it can produce in a commercial sector, and it can use this as a supplemental feed to support the animal industry, aqua, poultry, and even to ruminant animals. So this is make me more impressive and more interesting to know how they make this, and what is the benefit, and what is the profitability, and how can we make this in applicable side, how to make the application of this in commercial dairy farm to improve the production and to improve animal efficiency. So that is make me more interesting. So when I heard that La Chance they are searching for ruminant technical service to join the group and to be responsible to manage this sector, so I'm interested, and I try to join La Chance, and we coming and completed the interview and join the company at the beginning of this year in 2020 in February. And now about 5 or 6 months, almost near to 6 months, I'm here to draw and to design the ruminant project sector across the world, including China and the Middle East and Latin America and Southeast, and including Russia in all aspects. So this is my work and my responsibility, and we are looking forward to expand our work and performing more research and study to document bile acid and its application in ruminant animal. Currently, one part of our work to manage the whole portfolio of bile acid across the world, performing study and research, and support marketing and sales team to achieve the target and to achieve the goal, and finally to produce high quality milk production and meat from all animal produce food, dairy, beef, sheep and goats, camel and the other species affiliated to ruminant. Currently, we are focused in research and development, part in laboratory and in vitro, and the other part performing in vivo or a trial in commercial dairy farming to document the efficacy of bile acid in dairy cows. Currently, there are one experiment running in cooperation with Yangzhou University here in China. And the upcoming a few days, we have also a cooperation with Turkish University in Middle East. It may be next month we will sign the cooperation between Turkish University and one of commercial dairy farming in Turkey to start the next experiment in Holstein dairy cows using bile acid as external supplementation, and to study the efficacy of the cow and lactation performance. So this is soon it will start, in addition to other expanding of our research and development with other partners across the world. So this is just the first step. Okay. Even as this is non-technical, this is related to management. Okay, so it's close to management area. In addition to technical, any people who working in managing level must to have and probably to have some managing skills. And one of managing skills is how to use your resource and what is the available resource and how to manage your resource. There are many resources that people can able to use in their work to assist them achieve the target and achieve the responsibility of their work and to perform their work efficiently. Okay, for me as example, I'm using the available resource to assist me achieving my responsibility in a well and in high score and in proficient level. Okay, one of the main resource is the human resource, and your team is a value, is a resource. Each one who has his team who assist them to performing the duties and the work and the responsibility with a different target. Okay, so for me, I'm focused in team managing the resource of using your team, in addition to using the available other resource to assist you performing your duties, such as using technology. Okay, manage your time is a resource also, how to manage your time and how to make your time more efficient so you can able to perform your work during the time and to maximize the return and the production of your time. So this is just a brief, okay, but each one of this it maybe need a separate session to discuss in details about. For this point, I think the priority now to invest in time. I think this is the challenge now for the young people and for the elder people, and how to manage your time. This is a big challenge for all people. So the important point to invest in time. How to make your time more efficient. How to take advantage of each day of your life, because this is together combined finally will make weeks, will make months, will make a year. So the key point to invest in your time. How to make this? To invest in all resource available to you. Currently, many of resources and a lot of resources are available now, like internet, network, using available education platform, like free platform like Coursera, like Edison. So try to improve your skills, to get more knowledge, okay, to build network, to make a good relation with the key industry in your specialization, okay. Try to attend the conference, the workshop, the symposium, the exhibition. So that is the whole outline, okay. But for me, if I try to make this more specific and more specified, okay. As example, if I say someone who wanted to be more specialized in ruminant nutrition, so what should I do? For me, as example, when I graduated, I focus more on work and I join the industry directly, and I try to get more experience, and I invested in my time to learn more knowledge, to get new technique, to learn new skills, from technical skills and soft skills, to get to learn for research, to study more, something like this. In addition to build a good relation with the industry for nutritionists, for the people who manage dairy farm, to learn about the software, how to use the software to manage dairy farm, how to use the software to formulate the diet, because this is very important now for nutritionists. To be nutritionist and specialize in ruminant nutrition, it must to have advanced level of nutrition from the theory and the science and the research, and how to apply this from applicable side. That is mean how to formulate diet, how to using software. Software is very important now. It is not easy to formulate diet without using software. So it is important to have software, especially if you want to be more proficient. So that is mean to know how to use the advanced software, how to use the proficient software, because there are many categories in software. Some basic, some education, some immediate level, some advanced. So if you want to be in professional level, so it should to have knowledge in advanced software, how to use, to get new skills. Available platform, as I said, is available now, and it is free. It is no need to pay money. So you can learn new technique, new course, specialized in nutrition. Okay, you can attend and build a new large network from all the people across the world, and there are many platforms now is available. As example, LinkedIn. Okay. This is one of the famous now. So try to make a connection with the people in K industry, professional, experience, researcher, scientists, people who industry. Try to attend the workshop, conference, symposium. In addition, try, if available, to join the 30 group, okay, and the non-profit, so you can join the people and to get more skills and new experience, how to deal with other diversity across organization. The last point, and it may be not at the end, try to learn about the programming and the new generation of the farming and artificial intelligence, okay, and the programming, because the programming now this is the language of the world currently and in the future. I think that is the outline in my mind, in addition to other advice and the other recommendation. But this is the main and is the important for someone who wanted to be a leader and a pioneer and to be proficient in the future and now. At the beginning, invest in your time. Don't make your time waste. Time is fast, and the world is growing fast and speedily. So we need to invest in each second, in each minute, in each hour per our life. So we will get back this investment in the future and currently also now. So that is in my mind for this question.